by the bricks in the gym. I commit knocking shit out of shit. Hit equipment till I lose the feel in my fist.
Feeling like I got a brand new contract. Armed and dangerous, I'm ready for comeback. Soon as I catch him on sight, it's contact. I get the job done proper, there's no comebacks. That's not fair, people hoping on the balance. But even you got that magical, you have it. And we were born and blessed with all this talent. Soon as we're given a task, it's so apparent, I'm fully prepared, fully activated and ready. Focused on the target, grab my weapon, hold it steady, your name. You know that aim rain's heavy. Got the beast in me screaming out, let me out the cage. I ain't gotta do it with rage. The days are numbered, see my steps are
We welcome you to Cambrian Hall. When you think class, this is the place to be. And watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be on.
This is Muhammad Ali.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings.
Words are cheap.
We're expecting an all-out offensive display. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Well done with that counter shot. The straight right just misses. A perfect counter lands. They both want the knockout. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Good counter punch. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. That counter punch caught him clean. Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the... Hold that thought! Is this the beginning of the end for Muhammad Ali? I thought that was the end, but here we go again! Back into the fire!
Bing Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Straight right just misses. He threw a punch and just got countered. That big hook doesn't land. If there's anyone that can get out of trouble, it's Muhammad Ali. Could not have come soon enough for this guy.
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until your senses have come back.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Those counter punches have to hurt. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Nice counter shot. We've seen this fighter in the past go 12 rounds and not have a mark on their face. That's what happens when you stick and move, you hit and you don't get hit.
If you want to corner an outside fighter, make them fight off the rope because they don't want to do that. They don't want to stand still. They want to move left to right. Pin him down. Throw a blank on him.
tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. The courage on display here is incredible. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. Oh, wait a minute! The greatest has been dazed. Muhammad Ali in trouble. Beautiful counter. Did you see that? Who would have thought Ali would get rattled like this? I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
Dominance, without a doubt.
And there's the bell for round 3. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good punch. When are we going to see a jab from these two? A perfect counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. They exchange punches. Muhammad Ali in trouble, but surely he'll find a way out. How did they survive that?
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Hold it right there. If there's anyone that can get out of trouble, it's Muhammad Ali. Just one punch away from getting the momentum back.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What did they do? What did they tell him when he got to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
How about that time counter shot? Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Punch, counter punch. Let's watch that again, replay from a different angle.
I need to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4. You still want to fight?
They say no one knows a fighter better than their trainer, and there's the bell to start round 4. Gotta be feeling confident heading into this round after knocking their opponent down twice.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Counter punching. Nobody home with that hook. And he scores with the counter. The straight right just misses. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers? Did you see that? Is this the beginning of the end for Muhammad Ali? They've avoided catastrophe there.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
These two are the perfect dance partners.
Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
You'd like to see more jabs. action I've seen in any round anywhere this year. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Big shot, and down goes Ali. One punch did the trick. Let's see it again in slow motion.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown.
I love the response, though. Got back up.
There's the bell to start round 5. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Nice counter. They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope. You've got to hope they run out of steam.
That counter shot lands. Beautiful counter shot. Nice counter shot. Throws the jab but does not score. Can't score with that right uppercut. Catch and shoot. Let's watch this again. He set it up perfectly and knocked him down.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
He's got to waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes in close, tie him up. The referee's then got to paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just got to make the most of it. Because if you let...
Oh, hold on a second, Johnny. Who would have thought Ali would get rattled like this? The greatest! Muhammad Ali is down. Do you believe it? As you can see, it was a hit to the head that did it. Let's watch it again.
Shot from the...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You okay?
They believe their fighter has it in the...
There's the bell for round 6. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. The greatest has been dazed. Muhammad Ali in trouble. Trying to buy time. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Muhammad Ali in trouble, but surely he'll find a way out. And it appears they weathered the storm. How, I'm not sure.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
Clearly his opponent was too much for him and he's thrown in the towel. And that will do it. This fight is over. They have given up.
Yeah. Are you duff? All the belts, mighty. Swing left, right, man's head get ping. Can't try a ting. No more ping, we bring man right, somebody shots fling. Ding ding, step in the ring, and swing left, right, man's head get ping. Can't try a ting. No more ping, we bring man right, somebody shots fling. Ding ding, step in the ring, and swing left, right, man's head get ping. Can't try a ting. No more ping, we bring man right, somebody shots fling. Uppercut, fling, right up, fling. Can't try a ting. Send man over the ropes. Man try come for the bell, but I punch you never saw ended all of your hopes. Now all of your bros are stood on the sideline, head in the hand, shot, joke of the show. But they keep those hands up, swing for their fences. All you're going on, Paul, for sure. How much do you want to be the champ?
I'm Todd Grisham, and we are live here at the one-of-a-kind Empire Fight Camp. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend?
And here he is in the flesh, King Ryan Garcia, one of the brightest stars in all of boxing.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is
And of course, we fight outside today, Johnny, and that's going to put a little... And that's the opening bell, round 1. Catch and shoot. Miss with that jab. Nice exchange here from both men. He takes that jab. How will these two fighters handle the outdoors? We're fighting under the sun here for this big showdown.
Todd, this is something you could never, ever get used to. How many gyms are built outside? How many times do you train, spar, and everything outside? Now you're having a fight outside. This is where fighters may gas themselves out. This is where the environment may make so much of a difference. You may not realize it. You watch when the rounds roll on.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
That big hook doesn't land. And he misses with that jab. They exchange punches. It's all offense all the time. Nice counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a... Here we go. It's round 2. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Swing and a miss with the hook. Oh, and it's flashing lights for the Flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. A much better game plan here.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
A very competitive round here so far.
skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Good counter punching. That uppercut doesn't land. A perfect counter shot. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. He threw a punch. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. That was almost a 10-8. And there's the bell for round 3. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
No rest for the weary. That left hook doesn't find its target. Beautiful counter shot. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Good counter punch. Beautiful counter punch. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. Both men step back for just a moment. Nice counter shot. Those counter punches have to hurt. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round.
Did all that work.
Back at it in round 4. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Punch, counter punch. You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
The courage on display here is incredible. That counter shot lands. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
His stamina is off the charts. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Just misses with that uppercut. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Right now, the Flash is seeing flashes after that shot. talk about Crawford in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's
go back out there and win this.
time for the 5th round. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
How about that time counter shot? It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? Are we about to see Ryan Garcia go to the canvas? It somehow weathered the storm.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Flashing lights for the Flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round.
Go back out there and you will win this one.
There's the bell to start round 6. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Counter punch right up the middle. That hook doesn't score. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like...
Whoa, hold on a second, Johnny. Right now, the Flash is seeing flashes after that shot. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
That counter punch caught him clean. Are we about to see Ryan Garcia go to the canvas? Talk about Garcia in that last round. There's the bell to start round 7. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
And he scores with the counter. There's a counter shot. Another scoring shot there. Fantastic punch. Well done with that counter shot. And he just missed with that left jab. The perfect counter lands. How do they use this fighter's aggression against them?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
That jab doesn't score. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Nice counter. Nice job blocking the hook. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Oh, and it's flashing lights for the Flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. And we enter the 8th round. That 1-minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
What were they doing that round? Are they trying to get an ending out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Nice counter punch. Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Missing with the hook. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Right now, the Flash is seeing flashes after that shot. How is this fight still continuing?
Defense is everything, because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Look at that shot to the head, and there's no way they were going to stand up to that one.
A shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me your bro.
So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Oh, he can smell blood. Look at that. He's put in round once. He knows what shot works and where to land it. Then try and do it again. He's just not.
So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.